$100 million. For more, I'm joined by Republican Congressman Brian Bilbray of California, who represents an area right near Mexico's border and who recently wrote to President Obama raising his concerns about the escalating violence. Good morning, Congressman. Thanks for being here.
Honored to be with you, Alexa.
All right, tell us a little bit about this initiative to help ease some of the problems along the Mexican border. What's happening here?
What's really happening with the Merida Initiative is we're talking about giving equipment and training to the Mexican officials, mostly the Army, to be able to take on the drug cartel, much like we did with the Colombia battle. And the fact is that it'll be very close to it, except for the fact that American troops will not be on Mexican soil. What we will be doing is getting surplus military equipment and really training to teach them how to go in and really root out these bad guys, something that's gotten really out of hand. We've had over 6,000 deaths last year, and we're on a glide slope to double that number this year.
All right, so Congressman, you know, a lot of people are trying to figure this out. What specifically has happened over the past year that this violence has escalated with these drug cartels to this level? And is this causing greater defection, I guess greater asylum to places like the United States, if in fact it is so dangerous?
Well, first, what's happened is, though I disagree with President Calderon on a lot of issues, he has been brave enough to finally really lance this boil and attack the problem of the drug cartels. And by taking on this battle has actually created an environment to where the cartels have actually turned on each other. So you actually have a situation where the cartels are fighting among themselves and fighting the Mexican army at a time that this thing has just gotten to a point to where there's so much money being made shipping guns south into Mexico, shipping the drugs and illegals north into the United States, that the battle is over who's going to control that money and who's going to control Mexico. So this thing is something, this is a war in our own backyard. We don't have to go halfway around the world to see major war being fought. All we have to do is look to our southern border.
So given what we've talked about, as much as a $1.4 billion investment, you know, Congressman, you tell me, what is the best or most positive likely outcome for not only the people who are living in Mexico, but also for the people who are sitting on your border here in the United States?
Well, first of all, you know, let me get back to your point that we need to take care of the problem in Mexico so more people aren't driven into the United States illegally, especially. But we're talking about some real battles going on, basically on the concept that the activity in Mexico right now has the potential of spreading into the United States. And what we're doing is actually helping them win that battle right now on the line, using not just equipment, but also our experience taking on the Colombia drug dealers. And Americans just got to understand that this thing is really going to affect us short-term and long-term if we don't win this battle. And hopefully we can help Mexico win it on on Mexican soil, so it doesn't spread into the United States, which we've already seen in places like El Paso and places like South San Diego County.
Congressman, before we go, I do want to ask you, switching gears, stem cell research, you wrote to the president, you asked for a reversal, you got it. Where do we go from here?
I think what we go to is, remember, we're not talking about allowing people to create embryos to destroy them for laboratory. We actually, back in '06, passed a law. Democrats, Republicans got together and outlawed what we call farming of embryos. So we're only talking about those embryos that would be destroyed otherwise. And, you know, I lost a child, and I've got a friend who's got embryos. These are all things that we're trying to maximize the benefits of these losses.
All right. My apologies for interrupting you there. Congressman Bilbray, we have to leave it there. We've got some big breaking news. Congressman